Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Ninja Warrior Podcast. Tonight, we are recording the final podcast of the year.
Yep, 2021 is over. Not official yet. I don't even think you guys will. It won't be over by the time you guys see this.
I would hope so. But, today, we're going to be covering, of course, AEW Junior Season 3, Episode 8, the final Junior qualifier from moving on to the quarterfinals. But we're also going to be talking about 2021 as a whole. A little bit of a reflection. This may be a long section, so if you guys don't care for this, I'm going to split this up into chapters so you guys can just skip right past this reflection piece. But the three of us just spent a little bit of time just talking about 2021 and reflecting on it and talking about what we thought about the year as a whole. So, first off, since it is now after Christmas, how was you guys' Christmas?
About as good as you can get at Christmas in COVID.
Yeah, gentlemen, it was better than 2020, but not better than 20. What am I even trying to say? Hey, unknown at this time.
No, but what I mean is just I got a few presents, but it's not like something I'd be crossing my eyes about.
Yeah, generally speaking, one of my presents was, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for the Switch. And it came in a package. A pre-owned game package.
What?
I mean, if the game is, really rare, to find a physical copy of. I know, so I'm gonna have to, print out another copy of the game cover to make it look good amongst my shelf of games.
Yeah, it totally doesn't have any other pre-owned games on there for 360.
My God.
No, I'm serious. You have a boat game up there that has that thing on there, and it doesn't look right, man.
Exactly, so that's why I don't want Xenoblade to look like that. Alright, so anyway, how was 2021 for you guys? Best year of my life?
Jeez, that's a bold statement right there.
No, I'm serious. This is the first year that I feel like I have a purpose. It's funny because you've never mentioned the question. It's where. Yeah, I haven't generally talked about it, but I guess when I talk about 2021 as a whole, I think I have to touch on the subject at least a little bit before I move on with you guys. So, 2021, throughout the last 2 years, 2019, 2020, I was in a depressed state of mind where I was legitimately hating myself and wanting to kill myself. But within the last 4 months, I've actually been able to gain some confidence in myself, and I don't feel that way anymore, which seems kind of weird.
I mean, it's still great to see it, man, but I think it's more you can see it airing out in, the older episodes of the podcast. Because, that first episode, all three of us were, trying our hardest not to sound awkward. But we sounded awkward.
Yeah, I watched, the first episode of the podcast, maybe even the second one as well. Watch those two episodes, or I think I should say listen, because I don't think those had footage. But, listen to them. And you will just, see, a very improv-y video. And that is just because we were so awkward. I am an introvert at heart. This whole YouTube thing was me trying to get away from my life, which was a piece of shit. And generally speaking, trying to do a podcast show was just because of the Armchair Ninja podcast. At least they inspired me to do it. But I clearly wasn't up to this challenge because I wasn't okay with talking and doing, voice work.
Yeah, it wasn't until, this year when we started, doing the podcast, weekly that we started actually, feeling like doing it.
Yeah, for sure. And generally, we do have fun making these. It's just that it takes so much of our time just to get together. It's nice that we don't have to do it in person anymore. Because, that was even more difficult. But I'm kind of glad COVID shot that in the dark. In some cases, yeah. Because, we used to do in-person meetups. I think the first 6 or 7 episodes were all in-person meetups, talk about different Ninja Warrior things, but then that stopped because of COVID. I remember we did a couple of in-person meetups for podcasts.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, we haven't covered it yet, but for Sasuke 39, we're going to be covering that. That is going to be an in-person meetup, I guess the plan.
Yeah, we're going to watch it, like, soon before the end of the year, when it airs, which is going to be tomorrow, by the way, if you guys are wondering. It's the 27th when we're recording this. But anyway, I'm very excited for it. And excited for 2022 as a whole, and hope it could be better than 2021. No, considering that I just said, I made the bold statement of being the best year of my life, I don't think we can really top this year.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta give you, like, a compliment, because, like, you had the courage, the guts to reveal your face to the public. That right there is just awesome. This is what you are. Or you've been able to gain confidence in yourself. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. It took a lot out of me to reveal what I look like. And it was definitely a difficult decision to make. But again, I thought it made more sense for the video format. So I just decided, screw it, I'll go for it. And I think it's just because of my confidence within every day of my freshman year in high school that I've actually gained some kind of confidence. Yeah, like when you've mentioned this a lot, but I think I'll better reveal it. Your friends are generally introverted people as well, so it's kind of just you forming a small little get-up in sorts. Yeah, generally speaking, that's how this is working. I don't want to get into specifics, but I'm just saying a lot of the friends I have made throughout my first couple months of high school are people like me who are introverts and didn't really, like other people, but I, got them to like me in a way.
But we're gonna get off this topic because I feel like people could interpret this in a weirder way than we are actually interpreting it as.
Oh crap! No, God, you're probably right on that. I'm gonna shut up. Yeah, I think this is like a problem with like when introverts try to become extroverts, they don't see the problem in telling their viewers or people everything. Yep, I've learned that lesson in a heartbeat. Alright, but, anyway. Wait, I can't believe we spent like almost 8 minutes talking about our lives.
This is why I like a personal talk. It's like so weird. As a 15-year-old, you shouldn't think about these things, but I really have the personal talk.
Yeah, generally, but we have an AW Junior episode to cover. So, this will be where you guys would continue if you skipped all that 2021 functions shit. But, we're gonna talk about this is the 8th episode of the qualifiers, the final one. After this, the next AW Junior episode we'll be covering will be the quarterfinals, and we'll be wrapping it up. I don't know when we're gonna finish this. I would predict March, but I don't know.
Depends on what we have scheduled, because, we have a lot going on. We have Science 39 gonna open up the new year. Then we have the anniversary of the podcast, which we have a pretty special video for. Then we have the rest of AW Junior to cover. I wouldn't be surprised if the family special and the women's championships will air during that time frame. Because, generally speaking, Ninja likes to space out the airings that way. They're not super drowned periods without it. In fact, as long as you watch AW Junior.
Yeah, generally speaking, I would think they'd want to air that family special in January, and then have the women's competition air on Mother's Day like they did last year, and of course have the season premiere on the 31st, but we're just gonna have to see on that.
Yeah, I am very excited to see what 2022 has in terms of Ninja, and of course the podcasts, because, we have a lot planned.
Yeah, that's for sure, but anyway, we're getting off topic here. Yeah, so we're starting off AW Junior Season 8. Season 8, yeah. AW Junior, this is the 8th season.
No.
Season 3, Episode 8. I don't know how I made that mistake.
It happens, man. It happens.
Alright, anyway, in this episode of Ninja Warrior Jr., we start off with
the 11 and 12-year-old age group with a matchup between Ryan Cooper and Nathaniel Hanvu, two returning veterans from the 9 and 10-year-old age group from last season.
Yep, so Ryan Cooper, he is the brother of Kaylee Cooper, also known as the Bird that we saw earlier this season. And we saw his story talking about him building model rockets. And this just sounds like something just really random they have to talk about.
He's a returning champion. They have to give him a segment, right? Even though the other kid didn't really get much of one.
Yeah, Nathaniel Hanvu got, just a profile look at, what he did in the last year, and that's literally it.
Yeah, so they didn't even try, but, anyway, moving on. This was a pretty easy one for Nathaniel, as Ryan fell behind on Spike Crossing, so Nathaniel pretty much won on the land side.
Yeah, Ryan Cooper kept the cross, but of course, it was a pretty easy win. And that led us to a second and definitely more disappointing matchup between Anna Maruno and Lily Zazula, where we got a segment on Anna Maruno. Anna was talking about her heritage, being part Argentinian, and maybe going to Argentina when she turns 15. And this just seems really out of place.
Again, it's like that, what is it? It's like that, all these, Guam ninjas. I feel like there's, this rise of Guam ninjas. We have that guy, I think his name is Dylan Perez, I think. From the semifinals of AW13. Then we have, that Jacob kid from, from this season. That did the fundraiser and all that. Jacob Owens, that's his name. But honestly, I feel like it's just one of those kids, honestly.
Yeah, is a pretty reminder of that, but it was a pretty easy win for her, as Lily, who unfortunately did not get a segment here, ended up falling on the sliding steps and making the waist a pretty short waist.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Alright, and after that, we had a matchup in the knockout round between Anna Maruno and Ryan Cooper in a fast-forward segment.
Yeah, this was a pretty 1-0 matchup, as Ryan Cooper quickly destroyed Anna. And the real thing about this was the second match between Nathaniel Hanvu and Lily Zazula, who definitely had a lot about her, as in addition to getting a segment on wanting to be a marine biologist when she blows up. She also talked about her Ninja Warrior shirt that has signings of all of the best ninjas, most likely including Drew Dressel.
It's pretty likely. I'm supposed to edit it out, but definitely, there's a pretty high chance Drew Dressel was at least at one point on that shirt.
Yeah, for sure. Depends on how old the thing is, but definitely. The logo's from AW6, so I'd assume she's had it for a while, but, that's that. It's a pretty easy one for Nathaniel, as he blazed right past her. But she was able to get something special out of it, as, Jesse Graff had not signed her shirt yet, and they had a segment where she did that. I have a hunch that they actually did the filming of this. Well, whenever they did the filming of that peacock waist thing they had in the finale, because that was Jesse Graff in that costume.
Man, let's just ruin the suspense of that, even though we already knew. So.
Yeah, generally I hated that segment, but we will talk about that when we talk about the finale in, I don't know, 2 months. Yeah, it's here's the thing, guys. We have 7 episodes left to cover. That's 7 weeks automatically. It's almost 2 months. In addition to that, we still have other things we want to cover first, so you guys are going to be waiting on this for a while. Yeah, but anyway, we're going to move on from that, as we have the final match between Nathaniel Hanvu and Ryan Cooper. And honestly, this was a very fast race, as Ryan Cooper blazed past Nathaniel in a pretty shocking way, because I thought Nathaniel would win, because, previous champion and all that, but Ryan was actually able to pass him.
Yeah, I think a lot of this race was because of hesitation. Because Nathaniel could have passed him on swing forward, but then he hesitated on that second swing. So Ryan Cooper, he just kept the lead and, won the race. So, generally speaking, I think it's some of Nathaniel's fault in that regard, because, he could have actually made it close.
Yeah, definitely. It just made the race a little bit underwhelming. But, I'm really glad that I'm a little excited to see Ryan Cooper in the finals. I'm pretty sure Nathaniel got revived as a wild card anyway, so it really didn't matter anyway.
Yeah, true. Anyway, moving on, we have the 9 and 10-year-old age group with the first matchup being between Isabella Fuentes and Luther A. Young.
Yep, so this was a pretty fast matchup, as it was a fast forward. We had both of them fall on the flying saucers, but Luther got there faster, so she got the win. Then the second match between Zoe Henderson and not just Drew Bennett, and it ended pretty quickly as well as Drew ended up falling on the lunatic ledges, giving Zoe the win.
I love how you just give him the not Drew thing, Generally speaking, I wonder how he felt when Drew did his thing, cause he must have felt honored to be oh, I got a Drew name. I'm gonna be doing so many good things in the future. I'm gonna win A&W. I am gonna be it's in my blood. I have the same name. It's in my blood. And then he does sex, and he's just now what do I do?
He's like a 9-year-old, so yeah, generally speaking, that is how a kid would react. But they still let him on the show because that definitely would be unfair to not let him just because of the naming.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely. I think it would cause a lot of controversy amongst the community as well. And, go to court suing, I feel it may go there, I don't know. But, anyway, moving on to the knockout round, which had a matchup between
Drew Bennett and Luther A. Young.
Yep, so this matchup was pretty simple for Drew Bennett.
Yep, both of them had segments of second round. Drew had a segment about his aunt, who is dealing with stage 4 cancer. And I love how they aren't specific on it. They just say cancer.
Technically speaking, they are covering the bases, but I'd like them to be more specific on that.
Yeah, because there's tons of different kinds of cancers they could do, but of course they aren't specific because this is meant for kids.
True, but even so. Anyway. Luther got a story about her being an aspiring author, and how she wants to write a book about ninja and all that stuff. I literally had nothing on that though.
Yeah, it was a pretty one-note story. But anyway, pretty easy win for Drew Bennett is he ended up getting the buzzer. And the second matchup between Isabel Fuentes and Zoe Harrison. And we got a little bit on Zoe and how she's known as a homeschool ninja because she's never been into a public school. She was homeschooled her whole life. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I think Zoe honestly looks older than she is.
Yeah, when I first saw her, I was like, you sure she's in the right age group? She looks 12, not 10.
Yeah, so it generally seems strange, but regardless, she's pretty cool. Honestly, I like her segment. Her talking about her loving to bake as well, and her talking about ninja and all that. I just like her as a ninja. Ninja for sure. That's for sure. And Isabella got a segment about her doing strength training and stuff that lasted a fraction of the time of everyone else's segments.
Yeah, but it's we had Sophia, who was it? I don't remember her last name. There was a kid from last season, named Sophia, in the 13-14-year-old age group, and she did CrossFit, and they had a story about that, and I was like, it kind of just reminded me of that just because of the strength training as a whole.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't remember her last name. I guess we could put that on screen, but Josie, I guess it is similar to that. Either way, it was pretty easy one for Zoe, as Isabella ended up falling on low ledges, and that led the final matchup being between Zoe and Drew, with the winner of that match being Drew. But honestly, it was a pretty back and forth matchup, as Zoe took a lead on the Olympic ledges, but then Drew Bennett came back on Olympic pipes and pretty much stalled from there. And generally speaking, it was a pretty quick final matchup.
Yeah, generally not too much to go elaborate on, but I was glad we got to see Drew, and I'm also glad we got to see Zoe in the wild card.
Yeah, she got a wild card spot in the quarterfinals. I don't know if she will move on from that point, but it was definitely just nice, good to see her. her in the quarterfinals. Because again, I think she has a lot of potential.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. But anyway, we have the 13 and 14-year-olds to move on to. We'll start off in the matchup between Jeremiah Quito and Rebecca Cornwall.
Yep, so Jeremiah is half Filipino, and he was showing a fusion of the Filipino and American flags on the start line. And generally speaking, I can't really call it a fusion because it's just them on top of each other.
Yeah, it's not even just like mixing them. It's just straight up, one on top of another. Sure. Effort.
Yeah, but the real star here was Rebecca Cornwall, a veteran from last season who I was very excited to see again. And one thing I gotta say about her portrait on, like, the round 2 thing when they were talking about all the stats and stuff, like a tournament setting, and her portrait literally makes her look like a celebrity. What? But I'm gonna put the picture on the screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. But she legit looks like a celebrity to me, and I don't know why.
Alright, but anyway. Well, Rebecca, she had a story about party planning and party planning her dog's birthday. It's really stupid. Let's move on.
Yeah, they got a lot of stupid segments here, and definitely this one for sure. But anyway, Jeremiah ended up falling on losing ledges, so Rebecca got an easy win there. Leading to the second match between another veteran, Sienna Perez, and Joseph Rouse. With Sienna getting a segment about her being a really popular junior ninja, and her busting up the course in Season 1 and being one of the top 4 last season, and being the only female in the finals, like, for any of the age groups, which was a pretty impressive feat, because at that point, only Taylor Queen and one other girl had done so definitely a impressive feat to look at. But we also have Joseph Rouse, who is a pretty good rock climber. Well, and they talked about that. And this was surprisingly enough, despite giving them both segments, they gave it a fast forward.
Yeah, and the waist wasn't even all that much of a, fast forward worthy. I'd say the other waist was fast forward worthy, if I'm being honest here. Because that waist was very short. This one, neither competitor fell. It's just that Sienna blazed right past Joseph.
Yeah, it feels really weird, but, anyway, then we had the knockout round matchup between
Rebecca Cornwall and Joseph Rouse.
Yep, so this was definitely the closest matchup of the entire episode, as Rebecca barely lost against Joseph, and it was just, really close when we got to the wall. It was just, hard to describe, but it's just a really close race. Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't trust if you highlighted this one, if I'm being honest. Yeah, for sure. You want to know, the last episode had, no highlights, whatsoever. Nothing close at all, so I didn't highlight anything from there. But this one, no, definitely this race, at least. But anyway, then we had the second matchup between Jeremiah Quito and Sienna Perez, which was no doubt Sienna Perez's game, as she ended up winning. And Jeremiah ended up falling on sideways.
Yeah, why do they even accept this kid's intuition if he's really just gonna fail this easily?
Yeah, not many of the 13 players can say they fell super easy on 2 obstacles. But he can say that. And it just sounds like we're just laughing at his performance, but honestly, he didn't even get a segment, so it honestly felt really shoved in here.
Yeah, anyway, then we have the final match between Joseph Rouse and Sienna Perez, which was a pretty disappointing matchup because we had Joseph Rouse falling sideways.
Yeah, he tried to make a quick grab on that Slido, but he ended up missing it. And Sienna got pretty easy win because of that. And, I was definitely thinking Joseph Rouse was going to beat her because he was definitely going faster through it. And, he beat Rebecca, who is, last season showed to be one of the fastest females in the entire, AEW junior history. So, I was expecting her to move on, and her being beaten surprised me, and made me think, hey, maybe just this Joseph Rouse guy can beat Sienna, and, beat the underdog here, but no.
Well, actually, now that you say it, I think Jeremiah would actually be more the underdog here.
I guess technically speaking, if he won, but, he got nothing.
True, but still, that would have been the actual underdog.
Yeah, but, anyway, I think that's gonna conclude it for this episode of the Ninja Warrior Podcast.
Yep, next time, we are gonna be we're gonna be covering Sasuke 39, and it will be 2022, everyone.
Yeah, very exciting. I am very excited to cover Sasuke 39. It's coming out tomorrow. I don't know how we're going to watch it, but I am very excited to see it, and I hope we are able to see it quickly.
Okay, definitely, man. Oh, yeah, definitely. And once you find a link, we're off, and we're going to be watching it together. We're going to podcast together in person. It's going to be epic.
Heck yeah. So, I hope you guys have a fantastic New Year and have a fantastic Christmas as well. To let you guys know of something for you guys have stayed at the end of the video, I'm going to be doing a compilation of all the best Ninja Warrior moments of the year. Twice not covering AOV Junior to the full yet. We're going to be finishing it, but Twice not finishing it yet. You guys can still send in moments from it, but just put it in the comment section of any one of my videos, which could be this one as well. But, anyway, ready? Next time in the new year is going to be the Sasuke 39. Then we'll probably cover the quarterfinals as part 1. Then we're doing a anniversary special, which we'll keep a secret till the anniversary comes. Then we have the general plan is to keep on going weekly until we wrap up A&W Junior, and then we're taking a break.
Heck yeah, so like the next ninja thing airs, we'd be doing the Stage 5 Ninja Awards actually, now that you think about it.
Darn it. I forgot about that. Yes, we are doing that for Season 13. We're doing it in a little bit different format than last time, but I think it's going to work out pretty well. Oh, but that will be after all the A&W Junior fiasco.
Yeah, but anyway, we will see you guys next time for that. Peace.